butt
butts.
cheeks.
Yes, the
Damn.
rope's not
Yeah,
here.
they got that. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Ampistrano. I am your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee. She, her, and she, they pronouns. I can announce that here. Let's go.
Hey.
We have a fantastic episode for today, but before we dive in, let's go around, get to know who these fantastic people are, who they're going to be playing, and any announcements that you may have. I'm going to go because I know everyone hated the round robin that I did last week. So I'm going to go with the default person I usually go with, which is Duval. You are starting us off.
Great, no problem. Hey, everybody. My name is Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob, Twitter, Instagram, wherever one can be found. Co-founder of the Amphitheater, DM of Two Fallen Dragons. And today, as per usual, I'll be playing Weldor. He's a proto life cleric. He also uses he, him pronouns. Very excited to be back here. Happy Saturday to all of the fam out there. Quick announcement. From me, myself, and I, right after this at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, going to be heading over to the YouTubes and going to be playing in a charity one-shot, which, as I continue to stall, there we go, on the Atmos Seeker TV channel, and playing some Easy D6, actually a sequel to a charity one-shot that we did about a month or so ago. So go to the Twitters and then go to find the links and then do the thing. And let's have some fun together. Yes? Okay, bye.
Thank you so much, Duval. I appreciate that. Awesome. Let's jump over to Sin.
Hi, my name is Sinziak, your resident sunflower person with the he and they pronouns. I am going to be Black Zone today, as per usual. And for announcements, this weekend, Rainbow Arcade is running a charity weekend for It Gets Better, and I am going to be part of that relay at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if you want to see random chaotic shenanigans for a couple of hours and raise money for good causes, feel free to stop by.
Awesome.
Did
Sin,
anybody else see that?
yeah, I was checking real quick. Sorry, because your captions weren't popping up, so that's why I was like double checking to make sure we were good there. Never dull moment if captions are having a moment.
Oh
So wanted to make
no.
sure. But last but certainly not least, Fair.
Hi, I'm Fair. I'll be playing Theodore Shadeson, your Battle Master Fighter. Our pronouns are she, her. And my announcement is you should hire Jordan for commission work and consultations on like charity events and whatnot. But also she has a start playing account where she DMs and she DMs one shots that are set in Ampistrano. So you should definitely check that out, especially if you are interested in the world and want to know the world a little bit more. You should absolutely check that out too. But you can also support by sending extra coin that you have to coffee.com/D&D Jordan Lee. That's it.
Thank you,
Agreed.
Fair and
Co-signed.
Sparky.
Correct.
Thank you so
And my
much.
new shark and my new squishy shark friend who I have yet to name. I'm obsessed.
Listen, that's a good thing to be obsessed about, so I'm here for
The
it.
squishmallows got me, y'all. The squishmallows got me.
Lord. Thank you all so much. We have a couple more quick announcements before we get into this new episode. So as we have kind of been pushing, we have a Patreon. There's a lot of things that are happening here on Twitch that is making things a little bit confusing and scary for creators and actual play performers. It's all good, Lamia. You doing the work. I appreciate it. Um, if you would like to support this cast and help us out in any way possible, please go check out our Patreon, which should be popping up in chat now. If you're watching the YouTube, Bob, go ahead and open up the summary and the links to all of our basically social medias as well as our Patreon is going to be listed there. It does help to support the cast, as well as we have merch that's in the works. Our Patreon just got a sneak peek at some upcoming items that are going to be coming into our shop, as well as our website, as well as we have the Q&As for both Weldor and Diodora that have been done. Next on the docket is Aurea. And it really just it helps go a long way. And hey, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe because we're trying to work towards partner as well, and welcoming new folks into our community. Thank you very much to Sphinx, Seven, Mama Strange, Fluffy Snowfall, Chris Gideon, Buzz Lightyear, and Lily42 for your support. So, the other announcement I have is mark your calendars because, again, June is not only Happy Pride Month. Next week is going to be our birthday celebration. So, a special invite to all of you to tune in next week for a very special episode. Who knows? They may be fighting a big bad. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to be having some shenanigans, some giveaways. It's going to be an absolute blast as we celebrate 1 year. So please come on by and help us out in celebrating because it's still so wild to me that we've been going for a year now. So yeah, you may notice we're down a couple people today. We are down in April because it is April's birthday weekend. So happy birthday, April. We love and miss you. April will be joining us next week, as well as Robo is out this week because of some IRL things, but we'll be back next week as well. Okay, anything else that I'm missing, y'all? You muted, Fair.
Listen. I figured that out before you did. Okay. I was on my way to the Zoom. I was on my way to the Zoom.
Bye.
I have a couple windows open. Okay, listen. Happy birthday, April. Love
Happy
you.
birthday,
Miss
April.
you.
Love it. All right,
I did have one last little thing, Jordan.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that we are Robo boyfriends. So
That's true.
We
Robo
are
boyfriend
Robo
bait.
boyfriends.
So even though Robo's not here, we're still all his boyfriends.
Yes. That's very true. Oh, and actually, you also reminded me. Again, special thank you to Fluffy Snowfall and to Tengu for helping making my chicken scratch into the maps that we're going to be using today and probably next week. So very special.
How many
thank
corpses
you.
did we add, Fluffy?
We're about to find out.
I hope there are more secret. I want them to be more secret corpses
really
that
do
Jordan
too?
doesn't know about.
I added a slinky in this map. I don't know why. It felt appropriate.
This is gonna be Where's Waldo, but it's corpses on the map. Is essentially.
Oh my
what's
god, I'm
happening.
so that's my shit. I love that shit.
Good to know for the coming maps that we will be using. All right, y'all. Fluffy, my brand. And without further ado, let us go beyond the veil of Ampistrano. Let's go. Nice. So, all right, everyone. When last we left our adventures, the group found themselves trapped inside the dungeons of an ancient tomb. While settling down for the evening, Blackstone made contact with the spirit that dwells within themselves and began something called the Journey. Weldor made a declaration of warning to Belsarion. Meanwhile, Aurea, Deodora, and Blackstone investigated the basilisk statue and finding that it indeed was a basilisk statue. The next morning, the group began investigating the hallways and rooms of the first area of the dungeons, eventually finding a journal predating the rupture, speaking about falling stars from the sky, and all of a sudden these plants starting to interact and change, though it was left inconclusive whether this was because the two were interlocked events. As their journeys continue through this first area, that is where we pick up. So, let me move over to our wonderful maps and get...
On the dandy notebook and maps.
Hang on one second, because right now I've got things on the screen that I don't want. There we go.
Oh no, show that too. That's
No, it was your logos. I hate when it pops up and then I can't do anything. So it's like,
Yeah.
Sinha is sponsoring this map. So,
Yep, I know. Roll 20 feel. I know exactly what you're referring to.
for sure. Deodora, Weldor, and Blackstone. You
Yep.
both, all three, are in your final area of this hallway with a room on the left and the room on the right. After just having a discussion because I know it's been a week, after just having a discussion about what are these rooms. Originally you were told that this was a sacred tomb, and now there may be much more to this than meets the eye. As I turn it over to all of you.
Yeah, where we cut was we opened the doors with Weldor having Sigur's flame prepared to fire on any bad peoples
Perfect.
or things.
And
All
we
right.
read the journal. That was important.
Yes, you did read the journal.
Yes.
It was very important. So, Blackstone, you're taking the room on the left, and Deodora, you're taking the room on the right?
Yep, that's where I am.
All right. So, let's go and pan over to Deodora first. Let me talk into the mic so I can actually do this a bit better. All right. So, Deodora, you notice, again, very similar to how the other rooms have been laid out, a medium-sized room with vaulted ceilings about 20 feet up. There are 2 beds at the end of the room. There is a small armchair and table. The chair has been destroyed, and there's a large amount of rubble near the table. One corner has the remnants of what looks to be a barrel with water on the floor. That's what you're currently seeing, and there's similar dust on the beds. Doesn't look like they've been slept in a long time. Very moth-eaten. Just not looking fantastic in this area.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I do best and ransack the room.
Go for it. Love to see it. Go for it.
Like, just go through like the desks and like the table and stuff and see if there's anything like flip mattresses over, all that good stuff.
Sure.
So, do you want me to roll for that, or
Yes.
I can't remember what we did before.
Please.
Okay, I'm gonna use Sparky.
Let's go.
Do it.
What kind of check is this?
This is an investigation check.
Okay,
Yay,
that's
roll
gonna be
dice.
It's gonna be a 15.
15.
I know. I got okay. Off topic. I did get new dice for Deodora, and they have like a liquid core in them, so I'm like obsessed.
Oh, snap, that's so
Ooh, I like
cool.
that. Okay. You find 5 gold in one of the beds.
Okay.
As well as, I'm imagining you're ransacking the entire room, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
cool. Just want to make sure. The rubble by the bed has almost like a carved stone quality to it. Doesn't seem like it's random rocks. There is, as you're kind of looking through it very carefully, you can see that there's notches and kind of a design on it. This was something. Could have been a statue, could have been a pillar, something. but whatever it was has been destroyed. The table itself, you can see that there are scratch marks at the top of the table going down. And then the chair next to it looks like it's been destroyed from whatever might have been happening here.
Okay. I do, once they're finished with their investigation in the other room, I do want to call Blackstone over to see if they can mend this statue or whatever it is.
Sure.
So we can see what it was.
Okay. All right. I will then pan over to Blackstone. So, Blackstone, you see again, similar looking room with the vaulted ceilings, the works when it comes to that. There are 2 beds at the end of the room. You can see that there are 2 there's a barrel on one side of the room as well that seems to be perfectly intact. Most of this room, though, is pretty wrecked. In the center is a large hole with a branch coming out of it and pushing through that side wall. This seems to be what was pushing through that other room.
So, does this branch have leaves and things like that on there?
There's some vegetation, but not much.
Okay.
It's almost like a moss kind of covering part of the branches.
Okay. Okay, if it's moss, I might come back to that a little bit later.
Okay.
Then I will just kind of check the things. I'll use Mage Hand to check the things, but I'm going to investigate and see if there are things in or around, or I suppose under the bed.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, please?
Okay, these dice are heavy. That investigation is a whole 10.
Whole 10. You find a bit of gold. You're not able to find anything else further. Also, when you get a chance, can you check your captions are still not popping up? But other than that, no, there's really not too much that's happening with these beds. Same kind of thing that you've been seeing across the other rooms of moth-eaten, having heavy layers of dust that have kind of settled in on it. You can tell that one of the sheets has been kind of pulled back, so possibly someone got up in a hurry. But other than that, there's nothing else kind of discernible about it.
Okay.
Weldor, what are you doing during this time? As you're kind of seeing Deodora, and you can see Oria and Toby are following along, but they're more kind of just eyeballing everything. They're not touching anything. They're along for the investigation, trying to assist where they can.
As the sacred flame sort of fades, there seemingly, at least currently, being no badniks, if you will, to use a dated Sonic reference,
Sure.
for no reason, really. He's, as they're kind of focused on ransacking the rooms, he's sort of just like staring at the door in front.
Okay, why don't you make a perception check for me, please?
Oh, sure.
Way past cool. Just had to say it.
I appreciate it. 25.
25. Okay. You can hear a little bit of movement beyond the door. It's very muffled. But that's all that is. It doesn't seem like it's like the door's knocking or anyone's unlocking the door in any way, shape, or form. Nothing like that. But you do hear something on the opposite side.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. Deodora and Blackstone, anything else you wish to do at this time? I know during this time you wanted to pan back to when Blackstone was finished taking a look at this statue. Okay.
So after like finding like coins, I would just pick up those coins and then head over to where Deodora is.
Oh, Blackstone. This looks like it was a statue or something of some kind. With all this rubble, I was wondering if you could use your magic to fix it so we could see what it was or is?
Sure. I am happy to at least attempt. And then I use mending on the things.
Okay. The magic, you can feel it starting to take. But similarly with how you found it in that first room with what seemed to be that ash, it doesn't mend itself back together.
Okay. So when it doesn't fix itself, and remembering the conversation with the ash that I had with Blackstone, maybe there was a basilisk down here after all, or some sort of effect that turns this person to stone.
Possibly. At the very least, we know whatever this is that's left. Whatever this was before was a living thing.
Yeah.
I wonder
thank you.
if it was a basilisk or if it was something else. Basilisk can turn things to stone, but so can people who wield magic.
I
I
guess
didn't
we'll have
get
to stick around to find out. Guess we're gonna fuck around to find out. I mean,
Well, from what I can understand, finding out might not be the most pleasant of ideas. From what I hear, being stone is not good for you.
I think when you say that, I sort of look out the doorway at Weldor. Well, there's only one of us here who would know that. And then I'll like kind of point around the room, like just showing Blackstone what I like, the things that I found, and like sort of what I might have like deduced from them. Like, here's another place where there's like ash and debris and whatnot, and like this chair that's been presumably was broken on purpose to an extent, or just didn't just rot away. It was like broken. And just say like, it seems like this place was attacked, but I can't, or maybe they talked about finding crystals in the journal entry. Maybe they weren't crystals.
Well, I suppose the thing that I wonder here is, well, there are branches growing through the walls. There are creatures that turn things into stone. I do wonder if possibly someone with a strong connection to nature was involved. Perhaps a druid of some kind?
Maybe. That would make sense to me.
And a druid would be fearsome if they commanded any amount of basilisks.
Or could summon them somehow. Through magic, maybe.
Well, Dor, what do you think about that?
And as you kind of turn around, he's sort of like hand sort of like under his chin, kind of sort of he's listening to the door.
Find something.
Maybe there's some movement, or at least noise coming from behind this door.
We were wondering what could have had branches coming through the floor, and also so many basilisks in an area doing things. We have found yet another pile of material that I cannot mend, which seems to indicate to me that whatever this is was a living being before being turned into stone and, well, rubble now, I suppose.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if
That's-
someone with a connection to nature or nature-based magic did this.
He'll sort of walk into the room that they're in. So that they're not like, yo, Weldor, though.
I think as Weldor is walking in, I'm going to walk out and sort of stand by that door that he said that he heard noises coming from.
Nice.
Just sort of be like, in case something happens, like somebody should be watching this door.
Certainly. I think that's totally fine. All right. Well, Dora, you find yourself within that room. Lord.
I'm being honest with myself. This mystery, though fascinating, is my mind not as important as finding out if there's any, selfishly anyway, if my people here, one, and if Valserian's here, two. In my mind, this is a mystery we can resolve after that. Just from a priority sake.
I think from the hallway, Theodora says, I don't disagree with you on that, but I do think that maybe figuring out some of this might help us understand who we're up against or what we're up against. It's better to go in prepared than unprepared.
Agree more.
But I do agree that it is important to find any survivors and get them out of here.
Yeah.
Unless what's on the other side of that door isn't a survivor. Actually, one moment. And then a indigo halo appears over my head, and I am going to use detect thoughts to see if I can catch the surface thoughts of whatever's on the other side of the door.
Oh, that's cool.
A halo because Blackstone is an angel. Confirmed.
Where them wings at?
Detect thoughts, and what's the range of that?
The range on that detect thoughts
30 feet, right?
is yep, 30 feet.
Okay. You do not get anything.
If whatever is on the other side of that door, well, whatever's on the other side of that door may not be a living thing, and that could either mean machines or the undead.
Either way, I suppose there's one way to find out.
Can detect thoughts also be used on animals? Does it work on animals? Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think it's creature is what it says, I think, in the spell.
Okay.
Which, are undead creatures? Probably. Like, but, it's fine. So,
Yeah, it's any funny enough, it has an intelligence score thing, but basically if you're a sentient creature and you're alive, I should be able to at least know that you're there. There should be a blip on the radar.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. I was thinking that maybe it was something else, but never mind. I think there's only one way to find out.
Blackstone, you want to make sure that this thing isn't trapped before we give it a go?
Oh, that would be best. I can't do that. And then I use Mage Hand to test the door. Well, okay. So the door is locked, but like nothing like triggered or tried to attack me or anything. Well, there don't seem to be any, I guess, obvious mechanical traps.
All right. Is there like a lock on it, like a key, like lock or whatever? Okay, got it. Gotcha. Yeah, that's not moving.
This is me waiting for the magic users to come up with something before Diodor just goes and tries to burst the door down.
So I just look I look at all of this and then just go, should we just have Diodora smash the door?
I'm looking. Yeah, because I don't really have anything for that. It's not really my cup of tea. In a manner of this, we could certainly go the loud route, but we'll need to be, speaking of prepared. If they don't know we're here still, they definitely will for sure then.
Well, I mean, they might. On the other hand, at the very least, unless this is a magical door, which I don't believe it is, I can just fix it after we get through.
I think it's less about it being broken and more about the noise it's going to make.
Yeah, that's precisely what I mean.
Can you break things in a stealthy manner?
I am not stealthy. We have had this discussion before.
Hey, Jordan, is the lock mechanism like accessible from this side of the door?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
Literally-
you said when you said other side. Okay. Yeah.
No, so, and I apologize because that might have been me not misunderstanding the question. So there's not like a padlock around the door. It's just a regular door that's locked. That's it. You can see the doorknob, everything. So you could certainly try to unlock
I would like
it.
to use thieves. I would like to use thieves' tools.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Thieves' tools to try to
Yeah.
pick the lock on this door.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you for asking the clarifying question because that would have changed
Yes.
everything. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Breaks
ahead.
the door down. The lock just goes ting 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 ting.
Ding, 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 ding.
Like,
Go ahead and
Dungeons and
roll.
Dragons.
Go ahead and use, I think it's sleight of hand. And I believe you have proficiency with that because of your thieves' tools. So
And I'll guide you as well.
I do.
There you go.
Is it?
I feel like as Blackstone, like we figure out that the lock is on the key slot is on the outside. Diodora is about to smash the doorknob with her maul, and then Blackstone sort of sneaks in there with some like
Glad
lock picking tools.
What's the dice on guidance?
It's a D4.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. For sleight of hand, you said?
Mm-hmm. Plus
Plus
proficiency.
proficiency. Jinx.
Sleight of hand plus proficiency. Okay. So that's gonna be an 18.
Super. Buddy. Go.
Thank you. Who is this? Are we on the? Sorry. What? I just scrolled down. And scrolled down the map, and I'm like,
Oh, there it is.
what?
I see.
I couldn't tell if we
Left-hand
were in a
side.
different place or not. I was trying to figure out.
There's a guy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We're ready to go here, Jordan. We're ready to do stuff.
I just thought Fluffy had put in another secret guy.
That's a shirt.
It depends. Is that pass without trace?
I
can Oh, I can't
I-
remember when he cast it.
Probably.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I am
It's
I am
done. That's
definitely
gone.
I'm definitely being stealthy because yeah, of course I am.
I'm making an attempt to be stealthy.
There will be an attempt. And yikes. Yikes-a-rama. Oh, actually, it rolled pretty decent. 13 for me. That face.
I'll let everybody else say what they got first.
13 for Waldor. Yeah.
Stealth, right? I think I got you covered on stealth. Stealth is a 20 for me.
4.
Nice.
Can I assist Theodore in being stealthy?
Assisting. Thank you, Fluffy.
So basically, as we turn around, and she takes a step into the room.
Be very quiet.
Just the loud shush that's louder than any noise that I'm making right now.
Totally.
Lord. Not holding
that's
out your hand, perhaps helping Deodora down these steps that are, you
Yeah,
know,
not trying to hold
done.
my chain mail so
No,
it doesn't
just
jingle.
No, we
It's
just
boy,
be quiet, bitch. Be quiet.
It's a thing that I just do to everyone before they step through the door.
Lord.
Oh
my
that's
God.
so funny.
Jordan, is the noise that I heard
Mhm.
earlier before we walked through,
Yes.
is that emanating from anywhere?
You can hear as I'm about to get to this next part.
Perfect.
Yes,
Let's go.
Perfect segue. So
Mhm.
you find yourselves
Sorry,
in a
y'all.
long hallway that is lit with small braziers. You can see that branching off of this main hallway, there are 3 kind of hallways leading into presumably other rooms. The sound of metal boots falling heavily onto the stone floor echoes throughout the main hallway. Further down the hall, though they haven't noticed you as their back is currently turned away, you see a 12-foot tall humanoid moving through the hallway. They're wearing heavy metal plate armor, which is rusted in spots. The helm is slightly pointed, and there are 2 smaller horned daggers protruding from the top. That's what you currently see as they're moving away. They seem to be kind of doing this surveillance of the area.
Can I see that person down there?
Yeah, you all can see it because the braziers are lit. They have not noticed your presence
I don't know.
yet because
Perhaps
I rolled
this-
very low on their perception.
Holy
So-
shit, lower than a 4. What'd you get?
I got a 2. So
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
Thank you,
you
dice gods.
lucked out.
Super
Holy
good.
shit.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah, go ahead.
this halo is like still above my head and it's saying, well, that would explain why I did not pick up this person. This does have a range after all. What kind of creature is that? Do I know what this creature is? DM, do I know what this is?
It's hard to tell because their back is turned from you. So, and they're far enough away that you can't see any other discernible features. To kind of give you an idea, I've only described the back of them. I haven't described what they look from the front because they are not currently looking in your direction.
Okay. And they look like they're basically on patrol.
I have a question. How fat is the ass on this?
I mean, he's
Sorry.
wearing a lot of armor,
sorry.
so it's probably very large. I can't believe I'm answering this, but it's because
Is
it's
it-
you,
So
and why not?
PHAT?
Happy Pride, y'all! Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Is it? Are they alerting? Are they alerting the guards nearby?
No, it honestly, from the moment you all have stepped foot into the room, they've been at a steady pace. It's a very like a monotonous walk. There's no urgency to it. There's no other like purpose of trying to get somewhere. They are simply patrolling in this moment. How long that's going to be while they're further away and faced away from you remains to be seen, but they have not noticed your presence, at least at this time.
I think
Okay.
I think seeing them sort of begin to walk away, Waldor will kind of use his hands and flag everyone to the what is, I guess we're facing this way, so the left, and he'll start to walk into this little alcove here.
Okay, that sounds good to me as I...
That actually answers the question I was going to ask, so never mind.
Perfect. And you find that the door is locked.
I'll listen in to that door.
Okay.
I'll help.
I still have the tech thoughts off for a bit, so by
Okay.
all means.
No thoughts are coming in.
Gang.
It's a 17 perception check.
Okay. You hear a hum, like the buzzing is static of magic on the other side of the door, but you don't hear anything else.
And I think he'll like sort of whisper that specifically.
Okay.
Do we want to check it out?
Waldor will nod.
I looked at Blackstone.
Yeah, and he'll move aside for
Sure.
Blackstone to, yeah.
Can I get another stealth check as this is happening?
Sure.
Hey, man, we moved 10 feet. I do declare.
The other
this
person is moving, so...
I'm not really
Sir.
protesting. I'm pretend protesting.
Let me check in with the owner of this channel. Fair?
I agree with Duval. We only move like 2 feet. There's no, and we.
Not you, it's the other person. Now you're trying to unlock a door.
Okay, well, I did better this time,
I did not.
considering.
Actually, I'm gonna guide myself. It will not help, but it will be
Lord.
super fun.
Hey, once you give guidance to someone, how long does that last?
Around.
It's one round.
Yeah, you have to pretty much use it almost immediately.
Okay.
Okay. And guidance rolls are?
Cool. That brings me up to an 8.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Nice. We just swapped space places pretty much.
Okay. Sin?
19
Okay.
on stealth.
All right. And you're trying to unlock the door?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to need to make your roll to unlock the door. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm
Another
like
sleight of
standing. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not the DM.
I mean, you can... You're,
It is my
tell me-
channel, but
Yeah, you know, like... I
That's
mean,
a
if
nat
you want to
20
say
for
where you
you.
are, you got a nat 20? Nice. Okay.
nice.
Damn.
I was just gonna say I'm like gonna be sort of like at the end of this little alcove
Sure.
area, just so I can like try to keep an eye on the movement of this figure.
Yeah.
And if I see them like turning around and coming back this way, like I can let people know.
Sure. I will say from that angle, you saw them disappearing down another of those hallways. Not like the one of the mini ones that you've kind of seen branching off. This one seems like it is the main blood vessel of this hallway. And after a few moments, kind of coming back through. And I'll say, because again, they rolled low. They don't know you're here. I rolled a 7, which is just enough.
Oh my god! Thank God I guided myself. Holy
Oh
shit!
my
That was
God.
clutch. Oh my god!
Yeah, so as I see this happen, I will just alert my companions like he's coming back this way. So we
Sure.
need to
And I'll describe what you see, Deodora. As you see on, now that they're facing, there's a teal symbol kind of glowing on the helm where their forehead is. You see bright red eyes kind of almost cutting through the darkness around. Even though there's these braziers, there's still kind of, whether it's smoke, whether it's dust, this hallway itself is not as lit up as it possibly could be. You also see that they're wearing large metal pauldrons that rise up closer to their neck before settling on their shoulders and arms. They have a placard or breastplate that's a simple silver with black and teal notches. There's a dirty dark teal cloth extending downward from their plate armor that has red splotches and spots. To one side, they have a morning star. You can see the rectangle metal expanding and having large metal protrusions decorating the sides and top. On their other gauntlet, protruding out, is a large rounded blade that extends out from their hand to their elbow, almost like it's a saw blade to kind of cut
that's
down.
fucking sick. That's fucking sick.
And you again are just hearing that very heavy metal echo as it's moving down. As at this moment you see and kind of hear that as Blackstone unlocks the door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take note of this. I'm in my head, I'm imagining a character from Mortal Kombat.
You're not wrong.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Or, yeah, and then like as it's coming down and I hear the door unlock, I'll sort of like try to push people into the room, like, because this guy's coming down the hall, and he's not moving quickly, but I mean, he has a pretty long stride, so he's going to be here before they rather are going to be here before we know it. So, yeah.
Okay. Who is first in the room as you're pushing?
I mean, I guess Blackstone, because they're right there.
So,
No, well, like I'm going to be the last person in the room, so I can like help everybody be stealthy when they walk into it.
Oh, by shh. We go, shh.
No, I'm
Bitch,
going to
be
like
quiet.
I'm going to pick whatever part of the entryway makes the most noise and just put myself right there, so that
Sure.
when people walk into the room, they don't bump into it.
well, you can move your pieces into the room whenever you would like.
Yeah.
Shh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I love it. Theodora probably will hate it, but I love this.
So, this room, immediately you get assaulted with the heavy scent of florals and acid as soon as you enter the room. It is dimly lit around, and you can see that there are a number of plants ranging from sproutlings to pods to even larger plants that seem to be ready to bloom. Nearest the door, there is a large hole that has several of the roots and branches of one of the larger flowers disappearing into it. In the center, though, is a round teal, not gem, it looks almost like glass. This is the hum that you were hearing, Weldor, as it is lit up completely in a bright teal. There is also underneath it, very faintly, you can kind of see designs of some kind of magical sigils underneath it, which seems to be casting the room. Yes, it's lit a little bit, but you can also see that everything now has a tinge of teal from emitting from that light. Yes, Theodora.
The symbols that we see, do any of them match what I saw on the dude's forehead?
Correct. On both the person's forehead and on the floor is the Ouroboros Society's symbol.
Okay. When I saw their face, and you said their eyes were glowing red.
Mm-hmm. Their eyes.
Is it just like no irises or anything, just
Correct.
completely red?
Completely
Okay.
red, and it was a little bit harder to see like distinct facial features, but what you were able to see, even with the teal and then the glowing red eyes, their skin was a ghastly purple. It looked very sunken in.
Okay.
From what you could tell. And I'm imagining at this point you're hearing on the opposite side is that person has kind of made it to where you all are as you've now entered this room. Can I?
Sorry, just
Go on.
another question about how they're moving. You said their pace is steady, right?
Yes.
Does it seem like it's almost too steady, like it's almost robotic?
Well, here's a question. Like, I would like to ask because they're closer. Can I detect their thoughts now?
You do not detect anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think this person is undead. Do they stink? do I
Well,
They don't have a
It is.
scent. There's no scent to them.
Okay.
But
yeah, did it seem like their movements were a little bit sort of like too steady, like almost like,
yes.
okay, like they were being either puppeted or something along
Correct.
those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give
Kinda
that
wanna
to
s-
you because based off of Deodora's experience working with soldiers and guards and understanding that kind of protocol, even with that, every now and then a soldier trips or
Yeah.
something is,
Or the
pauses or whatever. This is
there's a natural
steady.
movement to people's bodies. Like even if you're trying to
Serious
be
things.
on, yeah,
Yeah.
serious
It is
things or
the
be steady. Like they're
steady,
still
like mono drone of a drum as they're walking. You can feel the floor
okay.
vibrating slightly because the tiles and all of this again,
Okay.
very old
Oh,
place, so it's
so
ricocheting around.
Okay. I would share that with everybody.
hmm, perhaps then that guard out there might be, hmm, well, like me, but not like me at the same time.
Maybe. I it's hard to say. I didn't really get a close look just from just pointing out the things that I did see. I
They also have no thoughts to speak of.
yeah. I I don't know why. I have an inclination to just smash this sphere.
That might that could be dangerous. Normally,
I know.
things like that contain energies that could be dangerous if it just explodes.
Have the ability to turn it off.
Do we even know what kind of magic that is?
What would you find out? I'll go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
And
Okay.
I would like to just have a look around the room and see if I can identify what kind of plants these are.
Okay. Um,
I will help Blackstone since I am usually out in nature, so I'm familiar with, I would say, a lot of plants.
sure. Okay. I'm going to handle Blackstone and Deodora first, and then I will handle your stuff next, Duval.
Sounds good.
So that's would you like a nature check or an investigation?
Yes. Nature check.
That is a 17. I rolled 14 twice.
Okay. You can tell looking at these plants, they range from nightshade, belladonna, to some plants that you have recently encountered
Mm,
in the nearby. This seems to be kind of their, like a plant nursery where they're growing. And instead of having that natural sunlight that most plants and nurseries and greenhouses or even just the outdoors have, this is perhaps being nurtured by the item that's in the center of the room.
yeah,
Whatever it is, it's... Oh, go on.
we found Belsarian's secret weed farm.
You would take a point of inspiration because that's funny as hell.
hilarious.
His biggest crime is just trying to bring weed to the
Just got
continent
got
of
out of hand,
Ampistrano.
bro.
No, listen, man. Y'all need to chill.
I mean, I don't know why he didn't
That's
just tell
hilarious.
Weldor that instead of blowing up a village, though.
Yo!
Maybe you should touch the supplies a little bit.
I mean, you know those weed farmers in places where it's not legal, they a little violent.
Yo,
You're not wrong.
we see Far Cry 3.
Anyways, so that's what you were gathering from that. Weldor, so remind me. I know you've used Zella. I should have it memorized by this point.
Okay.
Detect magic. Was it?
Yep, I know the school of magic that, if any, that is emanating from this thing.
Okay. Based upon
And then
that,
any other magical stuff within 30 feet of me.
sure. So this is the probably second or third time you've come across this where it's not a magic that you're familiar with. It doesn't have a formal schooling that you're aware of. The closest thing to it would possibly be transmutation. It just seems
Well, that makes sense.
slightly off.
Yeah. Yeah.
From that.
So I look at Theodora and point to the plant. Like, I'm guessing they're kind of highlighted with that weird teal looking thing over there on the map. So I kind of point those out and go, those plants are not friends.
No, they're not.
Also, many of these plants are dangerous to everyone, except for me. I'm immune to their effects.
That's good. I mean, so if any of us fall to them, you can at least avenge us.
I would possibly consider getting you an antidote so that you live. That would be important. But I believe these things are used in the concoction of various and very powerful poisons.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, some of them do not have a taste that's detectable to organic life forms.
DM, you said that like we recognize some of the flowers probably from like the attack on Vibrant. Did those flowers look like belladonna or anything like that? No, they were like sunflowers, right? Or am I misremembering?
No. You were they kind of sprouted up like sunflowers in terms of how they were transforming.
Okay.
They look more like lilies, like water lilies, is their kind of base kind of outline.
Okay.
So they kind of blossomed into something else. So you're kind of seeing the lily not kind of folded completely in doing that. It's kind of closed up. I know we used a Pokemon reference last week, but almost like a bell sprout without like proper lips at the end. It's just completely enclosed like a flower that hasn't bloomed yet.
Okay.
But you still see that same, I know you've come across it before, kind of darker kind of purple roots.
Oh, those.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Those. Okay.
It's been a minute, so.
Yeah.
Does that plant there on the far kind of in the far corner, the bottom right corner of this map here, does that look like the plants that we saw in the earlier rooms?
Yeah, it looks like there's a big hole with roots.
So I just kind of look at that, and then and then I have an inspired moment. Give me a second. This would probably be an excellent time for me to use my inside voice. So, right, that plant over there looks like the one that has kind of broken through the ground and out into other rooms. Did you find out what kind of magic that is? Well, Dor.
There's a bit of a pause as he's actually reaching out to something else in the midst of this detect magic spell, and he sort of, and I wonder, I think you maybe catch it like at the right time, because I think this will be interesting, as he's reaching out to Ashura, and he just says inside of his mind, one of your main tenets is always preserving nature in its most untamed forms, but also balance to preserve life and death and snuffing out those that seek to circumvent this natural order. This is indeed a step too far, yes. And then, like, your words sort of like press into his mind. Yes, I believe it is some variation on transmutation. and I'm down for Deodora if you want to absolutely obliterate this thing. But I suspect that we have more to come.
Well, that was an interesting question that you asked, Weldor. I suppose the question that we should ask Ashura is how they feel about the creation of unnatural things that destroy natural things.
It's my belief that don't believe they'd be down with all that.
To an extent, because where do you draw the line on that definition? There's plenty of creatures, humanoids, who have destroyed things to create.
In many cases, the irony of it is, in many ways, that's how civilization came to be in the first place.
I suppose that's true, although in many of those cases historically, those things don't necessarily destroy stuff across multiple planes of existence and disrupt the cycle of life and death as it currently exists and put the life beyond the veil in danger. So,
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is to speak of it in such general terms as maybe opening up a can of worms that we don't really need to think about, because I don't know about you, but I don't feel like having an existential crisis right now.
are you hungry?
No. I mean, I could always eat, but I'm not hungry.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if cans of worms are things that people normally consume for dietary
Oh.
purposes.
No, it's just a turn of phrase.
Ah, okay.
It just means to open ourselves up to something that maybe we don't want to address at this point in time, or open ourselves up to trouble that maybe we could just avoid doing altogether.
Apt, actually. I'll have to keep this particular phrasing in mind. It's useful.
Yeah. So are we all in agreement that this thing should be destroyed unless there's a way we can turn it off safely?
I don't have my back in the day, Ari or Didi would dispel any sort of harmful magic just in case, but I don't know if any of y'all have that part of your sleeve.
Why don't
I look at Toby, who's like out of it right now.
How about this? Can each of you please roll a perception check for me? So
Okay, I'm
imagine
gonna use
you're
Spark
still
Note.
looking around the room as you're kind of having this conversation.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited for mine. That's good.
23.
23.
24.
24.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
16.
Okay. Also, Sin, can you possibly either move the microphone a little bit closer or up your gain a little bit?
Would you like me to yell instead?
No.
Yes.
Please. Okay.
We are projecting.
Projecting in this house.
For sure. Okay.
Scream like your cat does
So
when she wants attention.
so Deodora and Weldor, you notice in this kind of back corner, the actual walls of this are kind of a stone and tile, and around it has this border that goes around of just white. That seems pretty clean. But in that very, very corner, you notice what appears to be some kind of marking on the stone, and I'm about to pop it into our Discord chat of
Okay.
what you're seeing.
Oh my goodness.
Navigate over
Oh
there.
no. Oh no.
You see basically there are 3 circles with lines that are kind of connecting. The first circle has an X marking on it.
Does it feel familiar?
Not that it seems familiar, but it just looks like, as you're kind of with that perception, this specific stone looks a little bit out of place. There's a little bit more of a kind of area around it, like a darker kind of border, and it seems like it's slightly sunken in.
I'll fucking touch it. Just kidding.
Is there any magic emanating from it? Detect magic is still up for 10 minutes.
Yes. And what's the range of detect magic?
I think it's like 30 feet.
If
or 60 feet.
Okay. You would also get a ping
Oh shit.
from if you're looking at it and the tile is to your left, you're getting a ping to the right. There's nothing on that wall. It seems like it's a faint ping.
What school of magic?
This one seems to also be transmutation. As in terms of the closeness, it's a little bit difficult to tell. But it has the same magical signature, I'll say that.
Got it. It's a shot in the dark, but it's possible these two things could be tied together.
You mean the buttons and the orb?
Yeah.
Is it-
Still got that mage hand handy, Blackstone?
I do.
We take a step back.
But what do you want to? What would you like me to do with the mage hand?
See that X?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit it.
It just opens up the garage.
Buzzar's like, I was waiting right here.
I'm going to use mage hand and push the X.
I know that DM not very well.
I know. Fucking butt clench moment.
Well,
Yep.
Well, they did that. They did that.
Your mage hand pushes the stone in, and you can hear the stone kind of grating against the other stones around it. For a moment, the object in the center, that glass, flares up, and there is a burst of teal light. I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, of course.
Fuck.
Of course.
We should have hit the bottom one. The pinky one. The pinky one.
I'm pretty confident that that's a
Okay.
failure.
Okay.
Yarp. 10 for me.
10?
Hold on. Sorry, math. 22.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay. Each of you will take 10 points of damage as you're all flung, hitting the walls behind you.
What kind of damage?
Force.
Okay.
Yay, 10 hit points.
You also will
Right.
take
Oh.
15 spirit point damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What was the DC?
April would be dead.
April would be dead. You said 15?
15, 1-5. 1-5. As you feel something, your essence being pulled, and each of you can see this trail. The color of your soul is being pulled into that glass and
orb?
then pushed out again in a smaller wave as you see some of the larger plants in this room beginning to move. And sprouting very similarly to how they did in Vibran once again. And that's where we're going to take our break for right now.
That's about right.
So, yeah, it's It's fine. So we're gonna take a quick. I know it's early, but this is perfect to stop right now before we get stuck into combat. So
It's
we
fine.
are going to take a short little break, y'all, and be back. Make sure you get up, stretch, do all that fun stuff. Also, welcome in. We've gotten a couple new follows in the last hour or so. So welcome on
Hi,
in.
fam.
We do a lot
Welcome.
of DBD and
Welcome to
D&D and
Chaos.
homebrew stuff. So come on in. But we will be back in just a few minutes. See ya.
X didn't mark the spot, y'all. It marked death.
Oh, it marked a spot, just not what we wanted.
Just
Take up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Easy to.
I'm bored.
We can go scream at the cat for another hour.
Nah, I'm tired of screaming at the cat.
Shut up with that! Be bored no more with 1985 games. Enjoy their vast variety of products and help bring your tabletop to a whole new level. With easy-to-use dungeon sticky notes. The deck of stories holds prompts and adventure hooks for any setting, and thousands of cutout game pieces with their dungeon craft.
You've come all this way for nothing, fool! The princess is mine! You'll never get away with this, Malachor!
Write everything down in your Hero Notes journal and start your adventure today! Visit the World Wide Web address 1985games.com and find many helpful products such as their Dungeon Craft series, battle maps, deck of stories, miniatures, dungeon notes, and now VHS dice. Again, that's 1985games.com.
I am going to use my move action to calmly walk right out of the door of the house and into the street.
Okay, he's blocking the door frame, so.
Oh, that's fine. I'm, something. Let's just have this moment since they're talking. And like, excuse me, I'd like to step outside, please.
Roll persuasion? Like,
oh my god, amazing.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
That is a 19 on persuasion.
Could you elaborate more with Deodora and Oria's relationship, as the bond they share is definitely a special one? This also actually came in from our Patreon, wanting to know a bit more. And I know we've chatted, there's been some teasing about some things, but spill.
I don't know if I can elaborate without April being on the call, because it's very much her character as well as mine. I will say, just out of character, it's mostly because April and I enjoy playing together, and we're like, let's just be friends. Because it's like, let's just not even beat around the bush now. We're not doing no introduction things. We know each other are fucking ready. And it just sort of made sense at the time. I think we thought about doing it because there were.
And welcome back. Sorry,
Amazing.
everyone. We're so there's so much happening right now.
Rip headphones.
Welcome back. Hope you were able to get up, stretch, move around, do all the things that is important to do. We are going to do a quick recap of things while we have another player working to get back to their seats, and then rolling some initiative. What are you doing, Duval? I am terrified.
I'm laughing because like another player, like it's not who obviously who it
Hush.
is that's missing.
Listen, you messy.
That's why I'm.
You messy.
Hey, you asked me to be
You
here. Like,
messy. Anyways,
you knew what you signed up. What you signed up for.
So if you're just joining us, the group has been further exploring the dungeons underneath a long forgotten kind of tomb, an ancient place that the Felk and the area around have resided, or rather thought of it as a very holy place. As they have continued, they have now come across a kind of undead soldier that seems to be moving through the main hallway before stumbling into this room, which is more of a plant nursery or a greenhouse with a glass in the middle of it with the Ouroboros Society seal. It's glowing faintly. The group decided to then push the button that they found at the top corner, which seemed to radiate a blast out, knocking everyone back, as well as them taking some severe spiritual damage that occurred from that. As all of a sudden, several of the podlings began to transform in the room. And that is where we pick up. So, as we move into this properly, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, great. Classic cleric roll.
Okay, let's see.
Oh no.
Oh my god. So bad. Okay.
Let's go to that one.
8.
8. Okay.
14.
Okay.
Justin Oreo came in.
What did you get, Waldor?
7.
7. You liking that number today?
I think the number likes him today.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. So, you do see immediately Aurea and Toby are kind of splitting off, as there is a plant that is over here in this area. Same thing that you all were fighting in Vibren. This one has an elongated blade that is dripping some kind of purple liquid onto the ground as it's moving and sharpening. The other one, you can see that it sharpens its kind of hands to 2 points, almost like spears. This other one is literally on the opposite side. So probably 15 feet-ish away. The one that is over here is going to move forward and is going to go ahead and make an attack on Weldor.
Hi, that's me.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. It comes swinging down with that kind of blade, immediately finding the area between your shoulder where the armor kind of fades before you have more armor that kind of splits. Just finding that point and sticking that spear through. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution savings throw, please.
Okay, you gotta go to jail. We gotta
No.
talk after this. Like, I know I didn't use you last night, and are you mad? Is that what's up? 9.
9. Okay. You will take 11 points of poison damage as you just
Okay.
feel
Is this
all of a sudden the kind of you can see immediately where it pierced, your veins starting to turn a dark purple, almost black, as it's starting to kind of slowly corrode a part of your shoulder.
Is that within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
It's hard for me to tell. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's within 5 feet of me, when they attack, when they attack Weldor, I can use my reaction to attack.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna do that and see if I can hit him.
Go for it.
That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. Oh my god. I rolled max damage on my die, so that's
Nice. You dice
so
with
that's
this.
16 damage.
Okay. As you just immediately cut across, you can see the purple ichor starting to kind of spread where you were able to cut through some of the leaf armor that they are wearing as this is happening. Fantastic. Okay. That is it for its turn. Blackstone, you are up. Then it's the other plant, and then Diodora, you're on deck.
Okay. There is that system of 3 things, right? What does that look like right now?
Still the
Is the
exact
X out
same.
at the top?
It's just pushed in.
Okay. I am going to use Mage Hand to push this, the circle in the center and see if anything changes.
So, to clarify, those 3 circles were all on one tile.
Okay. So pushing in one, pushing the other 2?
No.
No, it's all one thing.
Yeah, that is
all-
all,
it was all
that
one
design that is in the Discord. That is all on one tile.
Yeah.
It is not spread across 3.
Yeah. So it's like you push the X, like you push the whole thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was 3 circles with an X, and there was also some other pink symbol somewhere in this room.
No.
Pink symbol?
There was no pink symbol.
The other ping that I got.
Literally
the
the
pink ping.
tile. Hang on. I'm going to draw it out.
Ping and not pink.
Ping.
Okay,
no,
thank you.
Ping was not in this room. It seemed like it was coming from another room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I'll attack a creature.
Okay. I'm going to send literally what the tile looks like.
All right. Cool.
I can get my camera to focus.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits. Which one are you hitting? The one that attacked Weldor or the other one?
The one that Diodora just attacked.
Okay. That's the one that also attacked Weldor. So yes, that does hit.
Okay. Oh wait, I get sneak attack damage for this. That
Yeah, you
helps.
do.
That's 18 damage.
Okay. What does it look like as you're attacking this thing?
It is a pretty swift and decisive cut from I guess whatever the bottom left here would be to whatever the top right would be. So it's an upward slash toward the ceiling.
Sure. So your blade kind of cuts through their midsection, which is largely exposed, because underneath it you can see the pincers that have kind of latched out onto other side, almost insect-like in their look, cutting just across where their armor is kind of collecting at their plate. And again, you see more of that purple liquid starting to emit off of it as it just snarls at you in response, taking that damage. Awesome. Anything else you wish to do, Blackstone?
I'm going to wait. If I can do that, I would like to bonus action dodge.
Okay. Good to know if they decide to repay the kindness and then some. Okay. All right. Next up is the other plant, which is going to head over to you, Blackstone, and is going to make 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Are there tokens of
yes.
these things on the map?
Unfortunately, no, there's not.
Yay for
Tokens.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yes. That is going to be then with that disadvantage a 10 and a 17 to hit.
Okay. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to reaction uncanny dodge and take half of whatever that damage is.
Okay. That is going to be halved 4, and I need you to make a Constitution savings throw, please.
Con save for poisons. That's an 18 on the con save.
Okay. So you will take half, which is going to be 3 points of poison damage.
Okay. What is half of that number?
No, that is the 3.
No,
I've already
like half
halved it.
of that. Because I'm also resistant to poisons.
Oh, so it would be 1. You would take 1 point.
Okay. So, what is a total of 5 points, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As it just cuts across, snarling, and they seem to be trying to pincer you both in. As one is now to, again, give, because I know we don't have tokens, sorry y'all. There is one directly in front of Blackstone, and there is one directly in front of Weldor at this time. So that is it for it. Deodora, you're up. Weldor, you're on deck.
I would like to say at the end of my turn with to Deodora, if I didn't know better, I think they're trying to flank us. Be careful.
Oh, well, I was going to do the exact same thing to them. And what I would like to do is I want to get on the other side of the one that attacked Weldor and then go ham on it. And I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to use Great Weapon Master to -5 to add 10 to my damage.
Let's go.
Come on, nat 20.
Okay. Does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Great.
Go.
I got 17s on both of those die, y'all.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Your new dice are loving you.
I know. Okay, so that's
Talking my dice.
I'll just jinx it.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Why would you put evil out in the universe?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, because
damn.
Lily Duval
Okay.
jinxed it.
I'm not trying to TPK y'all.
Yeah.
I don't
So that's-
sound like that.
That's gonna be 25
No, you
damage
Okay.
on the first hit.
All right.
And then I'll take my second hit and I'll do this exact same thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Matt. Does a 15 hit?
15 just hits.
Awesome.
Nice.
18 plus 4, 22 more damage.
All right. As you are carving this thing up, I imagine just kind of going for its points where the armor is not covering. You see one of its legs that's kind of trying to stay up. This is the one with the pincers. Starting to buckle under the weight of your sword as you just come slamming down with these slashes. It's not looking great, just because of the amount of excessive damage that's occurred already. But it's still up for the moment.
If that's the case, then I'm gonna action surge. and
Sure.
just- 26, 21 to hit on the
That
first one.
hits. Yeah,
And then another 15 to hit.
that
On the
hits.
second one.
Yeah.
So already that's 20 damage just with my Great Weapon Master.
Okay, go ahead and roll the other damage.
23 more damage.
How do you want to do this?
I guess I would. It's just a plan, but I'm gonna cut out its Achilles tendons and then behead it.
I love it. Cutting off and basically sinking this thing to the floor and then just decapitating this
Yeah.
thing across the
And then I'll
back.
squish the head underneath my boot.
Sure. Okay. I need Weldor and Deodora to make Constitution savings throws, please.
Yep.
Yeah, we're back to that, huh?
Yep.
New dice, same result.
18.
18. Duval.
7.
Dear Lord, what is
Oh my
going
God.
on? You need to call Goblin Katie. Something.
Okay, hold on for a moment. I'm
Oh yeah,
Can
I forgot. I have
Yeah,
inspiration.
don't you
I'm
have
gonna use one.
inspiration?
I
No,
was about to say, can I
Okay.
just use?
I'm gonna
Can I?
use-
I was gonna say, like,
I'm gonna use one. Yeah. Okay, that's better. I kind of forgot. I'm looking at the little sun and I'm like, 18.
18. Okay. All right. So both of you will take half damage. You will be taking 12 points of acid damage. I've halved it already.
Okay. Thank you.
From that, as this thing explodes, as literally Deodora is kind of stomping on the head to finish this thing off. Okay. Nicely done. We still have one more plant up at this time. Anything else you wish to do, Deodora, on your turn?
No, I'm good for now.
Okay. All right, Weldor, you are up. Blackstone, you are on deck.
Yeah, he went from like boom to really hurt really fast. And he just kind of says like on his breath, nice, but this will not stand. And he'll raise his hand and cast spiritual weapon right above the head of the plant there. And use a different brace again because I don't trust none of you. That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
That hits.
See, that one's like, yeah, no, I love you, Jacob. Still, it's cool, buddy. And that's nice. Oh, nice, max damage. Yeah, see, there we go.
Nice.
So 13 points of force damage as a familiar looking metal sort of like, what is that thing, like the ton, like the 1 ton sort of like metal symbol drops down just slamming into it, and then he like holds his side and then sort of spins his hands around, and he's going to use a channel divinity to burn channel divinity to use preserve life. And both Deodora and Blackstone are at max.
Nice.
And
And
oh shit.
I get 20 hit points back.
okay. And what was that damage again?
13 points of force
13.
damage.
Thank you. I thought I heard 14, so I want to make sure I had.
Yeah.
hold on. Did you just say maximum health?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm looking at your character sheets and doing math. So you're back to full.
For sure. Okay. Nicely done. Anything else you wish to do, Weldor, on your turn?
That's my action, bonus action. I think because the actual location of this one is where right now.
This
no.
one is directly in front of Blackstone, the one that's remaining.
Okay, but like but also right next to
Yeah,
me.
it's in between the two of you.
Okay, so if I move out, it would invoke an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Then I'll stay here.
Okay. Cool.
That's
All
me.
right. Blackstone, you are up. Then it's the plant, and then Deodora, you're on deck.
Okay. Considering that there's a plan in front of me and all of that, we're going to take another, swing at this. I did not imagine myself to be a gardener, but alas, here we are.
All this weed.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. That is 14 damage.
All right. What does it look like as you're attacking this other plant?
I am taking the short sword and stabbing it at the face.
Wonderful.
Love that.
You see the kind of vines that have sharpened into spears trying to quickly cover its face, but your blade just cuts through almost like a needle winding through thread and just cuts through like butter. Fantastic. And that's how much damage?
14.
14. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Okay. Next up is its turn, and it did not like that at all. So it is going to attack you, Blackstone.
And that's fine. I don't mind being a distraction.
That's a natural 20.
You know, you have to deal with things, I guess.
And the second one is a 22.
Okay. That will also hit. I'm going to, because I get reactions.
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge for this.
Okay.
For this as well, so it just halves whatever the damage is.
Is this still within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use my reaction to attack it.
Okay.
Come on, Riposte.
Love it.
This actually is not riposte. This is sentinel. Riposte is if it misses an attack
Yeah.
on me specifically. That's gonna be, and I'll Great Weapon Master on this, so that's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Let me do the damage on Blackstone first, and then we will handle that because that is brilliant. Okay. You were uncanny dodging. Which one? The first attack or the second?
You know, probably all things being considered, probably the first one.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
making
probably
sure.
the crit. Probably the crit. You
Hey,
know, just
listen, I wanted to give you that option in case you wanted to live on the wild side a little bit. So halved, that is going to be 25 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Already did that for you. And the second attack, that is going to be 13 points of piercing damage. That is happening as it.
You said 13 points of piercing damage, and
Yes.
that's the half on that?
no. The 13
That's the
is
second.
the second attack.
Yeah,
The 25 is already halved
from the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Fair. So much happening. As it is kind of pushing forward and immediately both of its spears kind of cutting into your shoulders, trying to push you back against the wall. As that's happening, you see a shadow quickly moving behind as Diodora is doing the wind up to just respond in kind.
Oh, yeah. And it takes 22 damage.
All right.
Damn.
As you also see almost like weird angel wings, this black ichor just kind of, or black and purple ichor just explodes out of the back, almost like a line has been drawn down the back of it from Diodora's hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna blood eagle this thing.
Kind of are. So,
God damn.
nicely
It's
done.
some RTs, y'all.
Hey, that is it for its turn. Diodora, you're up. Weldor, you're on deck.
Okay, great. I'm just going to. So I have a question, DM,
Yes.
because I forgot on my last turn, because I reduced that creature down to 0. I was actually supposed to get a bonus action attack, and I forgot to take it. So here's what I would like to do. I want to do that. I want to use that attack in replacement of one of my 2 attacks, and then I want to use my bonus action for something else on this turn. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll
Okay,
allow
great.
it this once because
So
you
we-
made a good argument.
Okay, so that's gonna be 19 to hit. I'm still using Great Weapon
Yep,
Master, by the way.
19 does hit.
19, and then boo, I don't know if that's gonna hit. Sorry, math is hard.
No, math is
18
very hard.
minus 5, 13. I'm gonna use a superiority die to make that a
Okay.
precision attack. So that's going to be an 18 hit.
18
Nice.
hits. Just barely.
Okay, great. So that's 20 damage already with Great Weapon Master.
Yep, go ahead and roll.
And then 12, 18 plus 8, 26 damage.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, what I want to do is I want to look at Blackstone
Mm-hmm.
and say, and sort of like growl at him, attack again. Oh, did you use your reaction? I'll do it to Weldor. I'll look at Weldor and be like, attack right now. And you can use your reaction to attack this creature
Yes, you can.
with, and you get one of my superiority die to your damage, I believe.
Nicely done.
Interessante. But it has to be a physical attack, right?
It,
Or something.
directed ally, it just says direct an ally you can see or hear you to strike using its reaction.
So
So it doesn't
Probably.
say anything about, oh, that creature can immediately use its reaction to make one weapon attack. Do you have a
There we go.
weapon?
There
I
you go.
do.
Okay.
And he'll just nod with a bit of a knowing smile, and he'll take his Yowiqua, and which is like this large makeshift spear, and spin it around and attempt to strike it.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna use another inspiration because nope.
Hmm.
Oh,
I think
cool. Still no,
isn't it-
probably.
Aren't you still flanking? Aren't we flanking it?
Oh,
So you get an
well,
advantage.
okay, so it would have been an advantage. And then what do I add to it again?
To your,
So
this will be to
superiority
your,
die?
this will be to your damage.
Oh, to the damage. I don't think I hit. So 12 to hit.
Nope. 12
Oh, no, you
misses
don't
as
hit.
You're swinging kind of, I imagine you're
Double
kind of
shot.
trying to quickly grab your weapon and
Yeah, it's like, oh shit.
no, oh, no.
I'm an old man, damn.
Don't tell me what to do.
oh man.
These kids. Come on.
I love it. Okay. Fantastic job, Theodora.
Glad, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Weldor, you are up. Blackstone, you're on deck.
First things first, on the realist spiritual weapon moves over.
Yep.
Disadvantage
Strike.
for quoting that song.
Wow.
That's a 29 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That will indeed hit.
That's 8 points of force damage,
Okay. It just
and then
takes it.
And then he'll bringing the spiritual weapon down as it slams down, and then he'll reach out another hand and arc it through the air, and this golden energy, like column of divine fire, emanates and fires up, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
as I cast Sacred Flame.
And you can go ahead and add a d6 to the damage.
Oh,
Okay. You said dex save?
I did.
Okay. That is going to be a 19.
19 will. Let me see. Is it half damage? No, it's no damage. Never mind. So yeah, it doesn't do anything. I don't think.
Damn.
But yeah, so no effect.
As you kind of raise your hand with that spiritual radiant fire energy, you see this thing starting to recoil back and just kind of moving to the side as you push forward with that.
Yeah, there's a bit of a frown on his face, but
But you might
I think
have
that's
learned
me.
something. So, okay. Blackstone, you are up.
maybe.
Okay. So this was the creature that did the whole critical damage thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep,
which
it is
was
directly
very-
in front of you.
Which was very unfun. So, does the creature get a turn after this?
Yeah.
It's
its turn
immediately
is-
after me, right?
Yeah, it is directly after you.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Wanted to make sure that this was correct before I do it.
Okay.
I need to roll. I'm going to use a booming blade on it.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
yes.
We love it.
Ew, gross. Okay. So what you see is you see what looks like a pop of static electricity at the end of my short sword. That is a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And then it takes, I guess it takes whatever the normal damage is. Give me a second. 19 damage.
How do you want to do this? It had exactly 19 hit points left.
Can it move and still take that booming blade damage? I want to know what that damage. I want to hear that damage.
Honestly speaking, I think that's what the end of it is.
Mm-hmm.
You would see a slash that goes as the sword gets stuck, and when you pull this out, you hear the low rumble of thunder.
Okay.
Love that.
As that happens, I need each of you to make another save, please.
What save
Constitution
would you
or
like?
Constitution.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
And you could definitely say no, but because this is shenanigans. Because we fought these creatures before, like, we kind of know that we have to do con saves. Could we get advantage on those? Because we know it's coming?
Brace for
I'll
impact.
argue this.
Star Trek.
I'll actually argue this. I will allow you to choose between making a con save or a dex save. Because you know it's going to explode, so you're going to try to move out of the way. Con, there's not really
Okay.
much you can do to prepare your body for what's about to happen, kind of thing.
Well, I brace myself. What do you
For
mean?
sure, but that's still...
I do that thing that they
Protect my
you do in
heart.
martial. I do that thing that you do in martial arts where I make my abs real tight.
Yep. No, so I will allow it that you can either do a dex save or a con save. I will allow you to choose.
I will
well,
take Dex.
I
That's
fail,
all
so
right.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
I rolled a natural 1, but I'm going to use another inspiration.
Okay.
I mean,
And I rolled up 3. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Can,
So
can I just give
7.
you one of my inspiration die, please?
You totally can if you want.
No, I just want to. Can I give that to
Yeah, that's what I'm
Weldor?
saying. Yeah.
I'll reroll, sure. Okay, that's way better now. Dirty 20.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Jesus.
Okay. You will take half damage with, I've already halved it, at 9 acid.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks to Weldor, I was at full, baby.
As we now finish combat, and you can hear a hush kind of falling around all of you, as you again hear in the distance from just outside that door the metal footprints moving.
Are they moving away?
They have just arrived at that door, and you hear it pause for a moment and then turn around and starting to move back in the direction. As I rolled
Okay.
a natural 1 on them
Oh my
noticing.
Jesus Christ.
A whole fight.
Natural
Oh,
1,
So,
and they have a -2 to perception.
I got
So,
an actual dirty -1.
mhm.
Let me,
Amazing.
let me ask Blackstone a question.
so perhaps, the X was the wrong button to push.
Yeah, that might be on me. Bit rusty. All right. How are you looking right now? You're looking pretty awful, right? What does that look
On a
like
scale
on
of
Blackstone?
on a scale of 1 to max,
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 health. So,
That's what I thought. So, yeah.
so like bits of my clothes, like are like eaten away with acid and things like that. So, like Blackstone is currently mending their clothes.
Corbin's pissed. Ruined your fit. Corbin is pissed.
All right. Hold still for a sec. And he's going to come over to you. He's going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Um, 13. Is that right? Nope. Yeah. That's 22 points of healing to you.
22 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Reno. All right. I think we, as always, learned something. It was not great.
This is the kind of dangerous science that Toby enjoys.
Blackstone, what is it like as he's like he kind of presses his hands on your chest? Like, how does because he knows how, like, wounds begin to reknit themselves. How does it work on Blackstone? I'm super curious. Because he's healed you from afar, but he's never been like up close and personal for this.
So, like, it would be things like you would see like veins of green, like where the healing energy is just making its way to the places that it needs to, like coursing on the surface of his skin, which, well, I guess it's one of those things like you would only barely be able to see because now he's like covered up with everything. but you would see like small reparations to bits of like the formation of rocks that he basically is, because I think that's what we decided in this world is that automatons are like a whole bunch of rocks rather than metal. So you would see like bits of color coursing through like the ore and everything else, and also bits of the ore merging together. You would also probably see like places where I think the poison would be, and you have already experienced what that poison was like and how it reacted, right? It looks like it has that same kind of corrosion, but it looks like not exactly like, but kind of like a cousin to what rust would look like if you left metal outside.
And as he looks you over, you are a fascinating creature. I suppose that'd be the right word for it. Feel free to correct me.
Fascinating, I think, would be an appropriate word. Although you are probably the first person who has said it, who then hasn't subsequently been pointed out as a source of great danger.
I'll take that as a strange compliment. All right. I can sort of double up, or you can tell me. Theodora as well. If you need anything, don't hesitate to holler.
Oh, I'm fine. Think so.
All right.
I am unsure about the nature of how your magic works, but that energy might be better reserved in case we run into further danger.
Sounds good.
So,
is the thingy still like one?
in the center of the room
Yeah.
Yes.
is the thing that we pushed on still depressed.
Yes.
Gang. Sorry.
Fair,
Probably-
please.
I love you. Probably at this moment, it's starting to come back out of the kind of impressed space that it was when you pushed it in.
So
And after a
this-
moment, the glass starts to kind of go back from what was more of an erratic teal light moving around to just a steady hum and pulse. Yes.
I would like to look around the room for more of these fucking tiles.
Okay, go ahead and make another investigation.
I'm gonna make Sparky help me.
Okay.
I would like
guidance on you.
I would like to investigate this depression and I guess the rest of the room and see if I can correlate what any of those other two circles we didn't push might do.
It's
Well,
clinical.
remember it was all the thing.
Yeah, I just posted it in the Discord. Sin. It's literally one tile. I know it's a little confusing. It is one tile with all three of those symbols are on that tile.
No, it's kind of like the tile has symbols on it, but like I'm guessing it was one of those don't push this tile thing.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
But what will say out loud as he's going over with Theodora, it is possible that we simply triggered an effect that woke up these two things. We were
Perhaps.
just stuck in the middle of it.
I'm safe than sorry, I'd say, but I only got a 13 on my investigation check, so
With guidance?
yeah, I got a 1
Oh.
on the D4.
So as you're kind of taking a look, you don't see any other of these symbols around the room.
Okay.
I want to go look. I would also like to go looking for weird stuff. I didn't roll higher than Theodora, so I probably don't find anything today. And my passives are always higher than my rolls.
Nope, unfortunately,
struggle.
do not notice anything.
To be fair, though, this is first room we came in. We could probably cross-reference with the information that we now have anywhere else that we go.
I don't want to, like, I kind of want to fuck these plants up. Let me not. Let me go. Let me get out of here.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Smack.
Just like, yeah, sure. And like your sword just goes down, and you just like as you walk.
Oh no! I pulled my fucking maul out and just start bashing. Plants.
Fuck yo couch.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what are y'all doing?
Sorry. So yeah, Waldor says that and sort of waits to see how Blackstone and Diodor respond to that.
Okay.
How do we respond to? Can you repeat that, please?
It was like we could essentially. It was just like we could like with all the information that we have, we could cross-reference that with whatever we find in the next room. If we don't, because we've only been to one room.
Yeah. I would say that's a good idea. Let's just keep this room in mind for when we're leaving.
All right.
But maybe it's best we, to your point earlier, that we don't do anything else that will alert them that we're here. Even though having a big fight, you'd think that somebody would have shown up. But I guess he just rolled a nat one. I I don't know.
It'd be what it be.
Would you like me to go like peek out, like sneak out into the hall and
Noted.
I guess that'll be a question. Would you like me to see where the creature might be located now?
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I would like to go and sneak out into the hallway and go see if I could get kind of get a beat on where that creature is.
Okay. At this point, where it is walking is halfway down the hall. It is just past that kind of second branch of like a smaller hallway leading into another adjacent room. Its back is towards you. It has not noticed as you've kind of taken a look.
Okay. It
Blessings.
seems that it is halfway down the corridor. It's halfway down the corridor. And and heading away from this room. So if we're going to go to another room, now would be the best time, probably.
All right, let's move.
Okay. Yeah.
Autobots, roll out.
Wow. I almost made a Transformers joke last night.
Okay. Can I get a stealth roll from all of you as I'm imagining you're moving quietly?
Here we fucking go.
And this is where I'm going to
what dice I want to use?
basically try to like gesture on people on when to go and things to help them be stealthy.
Let's see if it helps.
Does that give me advantage so I can have a flat?
Education.
Sure. I'll be kind.
Fuck yeah.
Jordan said, "I'll be kind," since the
In that
dice
case,
aren't being kind to me.
Actually, well, the first roll was still the same, so it was the lower end. So that'd be an 11.
Okay.
Got a strong, sturdy 14.
Yo, just a fun.
Yeah, beefy.
Fucking A.
With exclamation points.
Capital S for stealth.
Oh wait, no, it's ellipses, not exclamation points. Exclamation points are louder, so definitely ellipses.
Yeah, stealth. Amazing.
Yeah.
You all are.
It's on like 8.5 font.
To move your pieces over towards that second kind of alcove, further down.
I would like to, but I am unable to do that.
You should be able
You can't
to.
move.
No, there's a barrier here.
Huh?
What do you mean?
I cannot leave the room.
Oh, Lord.
You have to click the door.
Oh, okay. I am unable to leave.
That was incredible.
You still can't leave when you click the door?
No, I clicked the. I clicked the door. Like I'm outside now because like I can't.
Oh, I was like, what?
Thank you for that belly laugh. That was fantastic.
So y'all coming?
Oh my god.
Theodora yells loudly down the hall. Just kidding.
No.
I'm joking.
Lord.
Not like these.
So as you're approaching this alcove, you notice that in front of it there is
Oh, damn.
seems to be some kind of rubble in front of the door, as the door has been shoved down and is underneath some rubble. To the right of it, on the floor, you can see what appears to be more ash has gathered. But this room looks almost exactly the same to the one that you were just in. It's another kind of plant nursery. Go ahead and make another perception roll for me, please.
Do the plants in here look like the plants in the other room?
Correct. Although this one doesn't
There's
have
more
no
vines in
holes.
here.
Yeah, there's no holes or anything in the ground like the last room had where it was leading somewhere.
You said you wanted a perception?
Perception.
Perception. 25.
25.
22.
18.
Okay. And you do hear, because there is no door, the echo of the footprints as they're starting to get close again, just as a heads up. So you do all see, again, same corner, same tile system that's happening, but this time 2 of the circles have been marked
Okay.
in the upper corner.
Detect
So
magic still up?
1 and 2. Is detect magic still up, Jordan?
Yes, it is. It would. How long does it last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, you'd be getting just at the end of it. You do have a ping and directly in front of you, and a ping to the right again.
Do you think this is a situation where we all have to press it at the same time? Because that would be difficult.
I have been there. 4-way lever. It was we got it right on the 4th try. That's a story I'll tell you some other time. Well, that should be better. Is that better?
Yes.
Zoom was like, nah, sucker. That laugh was too much for me, fam. Sit your ass down. Well, based on the fact that this is a bit of a twin room, should we just go ahead with number 3?
Yeah, let's check it out before we make any
Does this
decisions
room
on what to do.
Does this room also have a tile?
It does, yeah. It has the 2 of the circles have X's in them now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
posted the picture in Discord. It's in the exact same corner in the upper left, although instead of 2 blank circles and 1 that's been marked, this one has 2 X's and the last one is unmarked.
Do the plants seem like more advanced in age? Like larger,
Yes.
harder, better, faster, stronger? Daft Punk?
You're lucky I like you so much.
Cooper
Yes,
Dixie.
these seem to be a little bit further along in their aging process. Just a bit. Whether that's a few weeks, it's hard to tell. You would have to probably, read up on it, but they do look a bit larger. You don't see as many of the podlings present in here. But much larger, a little bit closer to scale of what you were fighting in Vibran.
Likely beyond room number 3, we're going to see more advanced plants, likely. So we're seeing the scale of things.
Should we get moving?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go and be a lookout.
Okay, go ahead and make a spell.
Cooper's
to
clearly
see pop
also
out.
being a lookout.
Yep.
Yep.
And
It's
not stealthily.
Sparky stuff.
It is an 18 on stealth.
Okay. You kind of duck back in the room for a moment as the soldier passes by, walking towards where the first room was.
Mm-hmm.
After a few moments, you hear that pause, turn, and starting to move past. Now is in front of the room that you are currently in,
Mm-hmm.
And now moving back towards the third. After a few moments, it heads to the end of the hallway, again following that main blood vessel of this hallway, as it's just about to round the corner.
Okay.
So if you're gonna move, now would be the
As I
time.
see it about to round the corner, I kind of like it's the,
Okay.
hand waving for everybody to come along.
All right,
As we do, Will is going to cast Death Ward on himself.
you're gonna what?
Cast a Death Ward on himself.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's just like a flash of like yellow light surrounding him.
Wonderful. And if oh, go on.
I was just gonna say did we roll? Like what's
I was gonna say, can you roll some stealth if you are all moving stealthily?
Do you want me to roll another? Do you want me to roll you another one?
Yes, because now you're shifting. So yes.
is
Okay.
Is it straight again, or is it still disadvantage?
Why would it be disadvantaged?
because we have
complete.
disadvantage.
Oh, sorry.
Like I'm
Yeah.
doing my best to give y'all directions for how to move
Yeah.
down this hallway. I don't know what y'all want to do.
I'm gonna be real with you. It does not matter, even if I get a straight roll. It does
Okay.
not matter. It's
Oh,
not
no.
gonna help me.
Well,
Okay.
if it,
Sorry in advance, y'all.
hey, it was we got way further than we anticipated with stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that'd
What
be
did
a
everyone
17.
get?
If it's straight, 17.
Okay.
If it's not, 10.
6.
Okay.
Still not my fault. Did I?
Okay.
Oh wow, you didn't do that reference.
I'm full of them. I'm full of them today, baby. I am in it.
What'd you get, Sid?
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does not seem to notice as I rolled a 3, and again, it has -2. You are going in dice jail.
Yo, Cosmora. Ooh.
Does not
Love.
seem to notice you as you all
Dice
progress.
gods, thank you so much.
See, that's why I'm rolling like shit today. Balance is all things.
As you all progress to the final room.
Okay.
And you find within this room, once you have walked through, again, same thing, although these plants are much larger. You do see probably the remains of a corpse. Thank you, Fluffy. Just kind of peeking out from some of the tendrils. These plants are much larger even than the plants that you were facing in Vibran. Some range from that size. Some are a little bit larger, almost reminiscent of that corpse flower that was sitting on top of the tomb.
So, a question for you. That orb in the center of the room,
Yes.
does the energy that it emanates feel more powerful in this room than it did in the other previous two rooms?
It is consistent.
Okay. Is there a tile in this room that looks like the others?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Also, are
Guidance.
all of you going fully into the room and shutting the door? Like, what's happening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Making sure, so I'm not like, and the
What?
soldier rounds the corner and sees all of you. You know?
Round of third base, headed home.
No, no, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
If you saw us, no, you didn't mind your business.
Yeah.
Okay, so that investigation is going to be a total of 24. Thank you, inspiration die.
There you go. Again, in the upper left-hand corner, you see on the same tile, all 3 have been marked. All 3 circles are now marked with X's.
And they're all plants. None of them are like looking like monstrous looking, lizardy looking.
No, not in their kind of. They're in a more vegetative. I'm not trying to do a pun, I promise you, but in a vegetative state. Like they're not active. So, you notice that change when they started to become more like aware of what was happening.
Okay.
And moving. These are like, you don't see any expressions, you don't see anything like that. It is just a plant. You wouldn't know anything otherwise if you hadn't just been fighting a few of these in the last couple of days.
Yep. Okay. Well, I think we keep moving. And then once we resolve everything, we may come back and eliminate all this.
Yep. Let's go.
Stealthy boy checks again.
Do you see like Blackstone hesitating to leave as he just stares at the tile and stares at the tile and stares at the tile?
Weldor, seeing that, just goes, "We can science later."
But Weldor, what happens if we push the button with all the X's on it?
Same thing that happened in the first room, just worse.
How do we know that?
Sometimes hypothesi should stay hypothesi.
Here's the thing. I feel like
I could, if I aim correctly, fire an arrow at the panel and then run away from the room. I probably shouldn't.
It is something that you could, that I believe in you, that you could do. I just think that maybe we shouldn't.
That's reasonable.
watch this button is safe. Watch this button be safe.
And nothing, and transit chest drops from.
Oh my god! Everybody gets a +3 vorpal sword.
Although I do have to, more seriously, although it might be wise to leave this to leave our discoveries for later, I do have to wonder, to an extent, what might happen here, simply because, well, if pushing the first tile summoned protectors because these were baby plants, and the second room contains things that are in the middle of their stages of growth and would reasonably have other gardens. If this is a harvesting room where the plants are more mature, would it make sense to summon protectors for them?
Thought process mean that they're protectors themselves, or they can protect themselves. Then again, the first one's certainly attempted to.
Either that, or they don't need protecting because they are prepared for actual use for whatever purposes you would want to use these things for. None of them are good, by the way. Did you know that all of them are Did you know that all of them are poisonous?
I could feel it.
As Belladonna and Nightshade, I don't know of many people who are good people who intend to use these things.
Unless they're using it for some sort of antitoxin. That is in response to something bad, as you're alluding to.
I'm listening for, and then after that, I just listen for the Guardian.
Okay. You can hear the footsteps as they round the corner nearby and begin kind of moving slowly down the hallway, past that room that you all are currently in, and heading to where the second one is currently. Their back is to, obviously, all of you as they're kind of continuing their trek.
Unlike the other previous 2 times we left, we should probably go now while they're walking up the hall, as I imagine the end of the hall and rounding the corner won't take long.
But if this next door is trapped, we might be exposed. If we open the door and...
I suppose so, but around the corner, there wasn't a door, there was a hallway.
Fair enough.
The creature hasn't seemed to go into any rooms, so I saw it round the corner earlier. which I imagine means that part isn't a room, although there might be other rooms down there.
I think it's just on a loop. It's just going up and down the hallway. And unless it hears or notices something, it's not going to go off track.
Okay.
Let's do it then.
I'm going to peek out in the hall, see where the creature is, now that we've heard it pass, and then I'm going to start around the corner. That is a stealth of a glorious 27.
15.
Is this flat? No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
7.
Oh, cocked. Oh, awesome. 15.
Thank you, Lamia. I'll repeat what I said then. So as you were all exiting, moving out into the hallway, Deodora, your armor kind of scratched up against the door, and you heard and saw, some of you, the other figure getting to that first room and pausing just about to turn, and then quickly starts moving in all of your directions. What do you do?
You should.
I will gesture for the others to go. So that way, since I don't know if they passed or not, but I know I didn't. And I just made a bunch of noise, so I would want them to like fucking get down around the corner so that they're not seen.
Nodding at you, you feel this warm energy sort of surround you. And then this spectral sort of flash, and then like a lock clicking, and Willow's gonna cast Sanctuary on you.
Ooh, okay.
Nicely done.
And then he'll nod and sort of pop around the corner.
Okay. Weldor and Blackstone, are you going with?
Yeah, I'm going around the corner, but but before I go, just like, come find us around the corner, Deodora.
She'll just nod. Because she doesn't want to draw attention to the two of you.
Sure.
If she gets caught,
And Duvo, can you remind me what Sanctuary does?
I sure can. Water creature within range against attack until the spell ends, which is a minute, and it's not concentration, by the way. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell doesn't protect the water creature from area effects like the explosion of a fireball, for example.
Got it. Okay.
However, if the water creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
I'm gonna shift.
Okay. What does it look like as you're shifting?
Oh, again, it's like a horror movie. Just bones and joints freaking as everything gets a little bit bigger. And I'm sort of bulging a little bit out of my armor. And just sort of look a little more animalistic in the face.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm shifting for a specific reason.
Sure.
Yeah.
As this creature looms forward, we're going to pan the camera for a moment as Weldor and Blackstone, you quickly peel around to the other hallway. Nothing else is here. It's a dimly lit hallway, and there is a door at the end. As you hear footsteps stopping, presumably where... actually, question, Deodora, when you shifted, there's no presence of you there, or it's been a minute since this has happened?
shifting is just like mechanically shifting just gives me a buff to my AC and some temp HP.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm doing so. It's not that I'm not. I can't blink unless I'm shifted.
Got it. Okay. Wanted to make
So-
sure, so that's why I was like, I know
Yeah.
there's
So I'm
another
still.
thing.
Yeah, I'm still there, but I had to. I shifted so I could potentially maybe blink and like confuse this creature.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright. It is going to try to attack, but I know it has to make a wisdom
Great.
save based off of
Sure does.
that well-timed sanctuary. The dice cats are not with us today.
No, they're not with you.
Well,
They've been with me most of the time.
Lord. So that's gonna be a 3. So
Fuck. That's a crit. No, I'm kidding.
what are we playing? Star Trek? What are you talking about?
As it just kind of raises that kind of arm blade and just stops inches from where you are.
Okay. Yeah. I would. Oh my god. Hold on.
Decisions.
I need to. I need to measure something.
It is at this point directly in front of you. to get
That's
it.
not what I'm measuring. That is not
No,
what
I
I'm
know.
measuring.
Giggity.
Oh, it's so far away. All right, I'm gonna like run back into the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back into the room.
All right. It is going to follow you.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
Fuck. Should I hit this button?
That would be wild. Holy shit.
Okay. I'm in the room. I'm going to. Okay. Hopefully this works. I am going to use half of my shift movement to blink over to the button. That's like 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit the button and then I'm going to blink.
Oh my god.
Because I think I have 90 feet of movement with blink. Then I want to blink. We're not in initiative, right?
No, you are not in
Okay.
initiative.
Then I'm gonna blink back to where I was and then run out the door and close it behind me.
Okay. You push the button in. I need you to make a dexterity savings throw.
Okay, I'm not great
As
at those.
Almost the exact same thing happens where the glass starts to glow
Mhm.
erratically.
Sure.
Where is my?
Nat 20 on the saving throw.
I
Let's go.
fucking wish. It's just a 12.
12.
You better roll an inspiration die.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, now is the time. For sure.
No. It's 15 now.
Okay. You're going to take 12 force damage.
Okay, that's fine. Because I got 16 temp HP, bitch.
And another
But-
13 spirit damage.
That's fine too.
As the soldier is standing there, unaffected by this blast, you also hear movement as 2 of the plant creatures start to come to life in the room.
Yeah, that's fine. It was not the blast that I was trying to get to fuck him up.
For sure.
It was the plants.
Certainly.
For sure.
Hi, bitch.
You see, as the plants take shape, they ignore the soldier completely
Yeah, it makes sense.
That sounds about right.
and are beginning to move in your direction. We'll say at this point is when you've just appeared at the door, kind of that blast knocking you, that last little blink forward.
Yeah.
You have a moment to do anything, but
Step out of the room and close the door behind me.
all right. Immediately you feel pressure and this hitting as it is. You see the kind of soldier is kind of trying to punch through the door.
I'm gonna run to catch up to Weldor and Blackstone and say, "We got to get the fuck out."
At that moment, as Theodora
We have
arrives,
to
you
go.
hear the door shatter, and you hear this ghastly kind of wail happening as around the corner, as you all are moving, I'm imagining, you see
Oh, yeah, we're a fucking
the
god here.
soldier is like doing that creepy fast walk thing in zombie movies, and you
Oh, yeah.
see just clawing, they are dragging themselves, these plants that are starting to form into their much larger components. Instead of being more of a humanoid size, they are about in the same height range as the soldier.
I would apologize, but I think this is kind of cool. Sorry. Sorry, y'all.
It's very D&D.
That's
I'm
very cool. All right, I need each of you to make dexterity checks to see how quickly you're moving, as they are basically like full throttle towards y'all as you're getting to that door. This is like Michael
Dex.
Myers following you in that movie. Like
Dex, just a check.
dex check, yep, to see how quickly you're moving.
Can I acrobatics?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Yay.
Oh God.
I'm gonna myself too.
Oh God. Okay.
I will use another inspiration.
17.
17.
Oh, what is my dex? 11.
11.
22.
Okay. Blackstone, you are the first to get to the door, which is at this moment locked. As you can hear them getting closer. You have a moment to do anything if you need to do something.
If this is a lock that can be picked,
Yes.
I'm going to try to pick the
Go
lock
for it,
because
yes.
I don't have the strength
Yep,
to
go
break
for it.
down the door.
Nope.
What are Deodora and Weldor doing at this time as Blackstone is like trying to get the keys out to unlock the doors? These
Oh, no, like, here's the
coming,
thing.
like-
Here's the thing. Blackstone at the end of the hall, like when you look at them doing the thing, they look calm, like there aren't people chasing them.
For sure.
You're right.
That's a sleight of hand check, right?
Yes.
Yeah, plus
Okay.
proficiency.
Plus proficiency.
That's a
Plus guidance again.
Plus guidance.
'Cause that's
That
what
is a-
Weldor's doing right now.
that is a 22 pre-guidance. Let's
you
roll a
pop
guidance
that door
and see what
open
happens.
and immediately see there's another set of stairs heading downwards.
On. Let's go.
I just kind of like wave the group in to the door so that I can close it
Okay.
behind them.
You all usher yourselves through that final room as we move to the next dungeon.
Again, I'm not apologizing.
No,
I
no,
don't
that was
think you
fucking
should.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And
That
as
was
you
great.
all have moved towards this area, you find yourselves again much lower. You can feel the temperature changing, shifting,
Is it warmer or cooler?
cooler. As you've
Okay.
gone further down within
Yeah.
the earth, you're
Yep.
getting deeper and deeper into the earth that makes up Ampistrano proper. You hear several metal footprints echoing around as this short hallway kind of immediately deviates. They don't seem like they're close, but it's difficult to tell with it echoing through these hallways. What do you do?
I look at Weldor. I look at Theodora. I listen to the sounds of the metal happening. Do any of them seem like they're approaching this door?
No.
Okay. I am going to then, having like closed the door, do we hear the other creatures trying to break through the door behind us?
You do not.
Blackstone is going to look at everyone and then sit down on the stairs.
I think Willow was whisper, need a break.
So, as I'm able to hear things, there is not one guardian at the end of the hallway, but multiple guardians in this hallway that we will now have to figure out how to navigate. And, well, perhaps repairs are in order. I do not know if it might be good to ask Oria or Toby what they think about this situation. And for that matter, it seems that moving along stealthily is probably going to be a little bit less of a convenience and a little bit more of our lives might be in peril. So,
Just another day in Ampistrano.
is this what most days at Ampistrano are like?
That was sarcasm, sort of. Or if anything, a bad, untimed joke.
Well, I mean, for fairness, relative to my more recent experiences, it's relatively accurate.
I agree.
Well, shall we take a bit of a break, or shall we continue on and see what lies around the corner?
Maybe let's take a peek around the corner before we make a decision, yay or nay.
I agree with that.
All right, then I shall go forth and scout,
All right.
and hopefully I will not be perceived.
Guidance. The dice with the thing on is really interesting to hear. Like, boom.
So, that is a. Ooh, hold on. Doing the. Okay, that is a 29 for stealth.
Jesus.
Nicely done.
Damn.
You
I
round.
absolutely had to roll an inspiration die, and I got a max on the inspiration.
Good.
Let's go.
That's what they're there
Nice.
for. Good. You round the corner and you see that this main stretch of hallway extends further down. It's getting harder to see. The braziers in this kind of area are not as well kept as how it was a floor above. You can see to your left, there's another little alcove, possibly leading to a room. And then the hallway also has a bend and also shifts to the right, as well as moves forward. So you have a couple options of things you could do.
So, you said the braziers weren't as well kept, and what was the other thing?
The braziers are not as well lit as they were in comparison. So even with your eyes, you're having to like do what a lot of humanoids you've seen do with trying to see a little bit with squinting, to try to see the contrast between dark and light, trying to see if there's any shadows, things like that. The hallway extends forward. A little ahead of you, there's a little outcropping where there's an alcove that peels to the left. There's also, the hallway has a main kind of vessel that peels off from the right.
Okay.
And you should see this also on Roll20 because I moved your figure. So
Okay. So, kind of water back here. So, the hallway is a rather straightforward thing, at least from here. There's a small like alcove of some kind that peels off to a side. There is another pathway a bit further ahead that peels off in the opposite direction. And also, for what it's worth, the lighting here hasn't been as well kept as the lighting upstairs. It's a lot darker here. I do not necessarily know enough about these guardians to know if that's a tactical advantage or not, but if they have eyesight and same way that we do, we will be a lot harder to at least immediately see.
Here's a plot twist. I can't see in the dark. What about you, Deodora?
Oh, yes, I can see in the dark.
All right. That makes one or two of us, at least. But trust y'all to lead on, if need be, and then we can determine if additional light is needed as we go. In the meantime, if you still have some that left over burrito from this morning, that could help a little bit in the meantime. And he'll take a bite of his and get 3 temporary hit points back.
Well, actually, a question. Do any of you know a spell for creating a magical light?
I
Toby does too, but he's been so quiet today.
do. Yeah, I'm happy to do it if
I would
you need
imagine
to.
seeing 3 rooms worth of plants that he was carrying in a bag that kind of almost stole his soul is kind of traumatic.
No doubt.
Well, let's see. Think. Oh, this could work. And I pull out a tinderbox.
Mm-hmm.
We could possibly use this to light a fire when we get to one of these braziers. They're not well lit, but that's not to say that they're not lit at all. So, well, we can find out.
I could also put light on top of the edge of my spear, so we've got options.
Okay. Well, I believe the first area that I was able to spot is, by a casual glance, about 20 to 25 feet away from where we are once we get to the corner there.
All right.
I'll go
I
back
think-
to the corner and see if we can find out where the Guardian currently is.
Okay. You don't see the Guardian. There's no Guardian currently in this hallway.
Okay. There's no one here currently. Peeking around the corner.
All right. Let's move.
I think what I'm gonna do is before we move, I'll like take Welder's hand and like put it in like my belt loop or something so he can hold on to it. So he can see. So he does have to like stumble around in like semi-darkness.
Well, I was probably gonna cast the. All right. Already off.
Amazing. All right. Are you all moving normally? Are you moving stealthily? How are you moving?
I am going to move stealthily.
Okay.
Which is like, I'm just trying not to make a lot of noise because I don't know what's here.
Sure. Okay. Can I get another stealth roll as you all move?
Can't.
Oh my
You-
god.
If you
Back
would,
at it
Really?
again.
if you would like one from me, you can have this 24.
Thank you. I will
Oh, sure.
gladly accept
Really
the
well.
24.
I would also accept the 20.
14 with guidance.
14. Okay.
12.
12. Okay. All right. All of you are moving. About as you round the corner, and you're welcome to move your characters as well. You immediately notice to the left there's a small alcove with a door at the end of it.
Like right here.
Yes. It is locked from what you can tell.
What or whisper? Blackstone.
Yes, Weldor. I'm assuming because you're whispering, you would like us to use our inside voices.
And he'll, because he kind of keeps forgetting, and by he I mean me, he's forgetting that we can respond to you like that. And so in his mind, yes, to put it bluntly.
How can I be of service?
Well, we found ourselves a pretty familiar conundrum. A locked door.
Oh, right.
After you, if you don't mind.
I am kind of confused here. Why do they lock all of the doors? There's no one here.
As
I-
they know we're here. Probably.
I feel like that's a question and like something we can discuss at a later time where we're not a little bit in danger.
I
Are we
suppose
currently-
exposed.
Are we currently in danger?
I think we will soon to be if we continue to stay in the hallway.
Like Black Soda is like casually like picking the lock and stuff while he's like telepathing this.
Theodore, who literally just saw her whole life flash before her eyes, is like, oh my.
That's a 24 on the sleight of hand.
Okay.
God damn.
After a moment, the door does open. And as you step in through that door and find yourself in a smaller room, I think that's an excellent spot to stop for today.
I fucking take a long rest.
No.
This is a safe room from Persona 5.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. We are gonna take a end of time here, y'all. So believe me, I want to keep going. Y'all covered a lot of ground today. Nicely done. Thank you so much. Let's see. Sin, you had something that's happening with Rainbow Arcade. Did you want to promote that again?
Sure. For this weekend, Rainbow Arcade is doing fundraising for It Gets Better. So if you like helping all of the Liga Big Tiggas as far as the LGBTQIA plus folks out here.
LGBT community.
If you would like to give money to good causes, there you go. I will be part of that charity relay tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, playing a variety of things and getting into a little bit of retro goodness and, I don't know, at least one chaotic game. That could be Dead by Daylight, I don't know. I will keep you posted. So be on the lookout for those things. And yeah, that's it. That's all the things.
Awesome. And then Duval, I know you had a thing too.
I do. In like 40 minutes. I'm gonna be heading on over to the YouTubes, hanging out with Atmos Seeker, who's an incredible dude out in Australia, doing some charity streaming. That's I'll just drop the link in here, so that you can, because my face is on it, so you know it's the right one. And that's actually a sequel to a charity stream we did a little bit ago, and we raised like over $500, and which was the goal to do another one or a sequel. And they're going to be heading out to my character's house and doing dinner, and I'm sure nothing bad will happen. It'll be fine.
No.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get food poisoning.
Nothing. Not at all.
No, never.
Never. Amazing. And then Fair, did you have something too?
Yes, hire Jordan for commission, production, consultation, moderation. Or if you don't need any of those services, but you still want to support her, you could drop a coffee at coffee.com/D&D Jordan Lee. Yeah, that's it. I don't have any actual announcements. I ain't doing shit.
You know what? I have one. Hire Fair, but also this entire
Oh,
cast for
snap.
your actual plays.
Got 'em.
Because they should be in more things because they're truly fantastic.
Not me, please. No,
Duval is in like
not me.
Duval's in like
Sin
15
and
things.
Fair. Yeah, I know. I know.
Fine,
Listen, it
please.
felt weird for me like everyone except Duval because
Yeah,
you know,
totally
like
fair.
I'll say it. Fuck Duval, don't hire
There you
him.
go. There we go. Cool. I need to get out of the sky.
For sure.
Oh, one last thing before we close. I wanted to mention the charity that we are raising money for, which is the Trevor Project, which if you didn't know is a leading suicide prevention organization for LGBTQ youth. So clearly very important. So come hang out.
Heck yes.
Oh, also that Gamer Shares Tiltify raising money for Color of Change is still open through the weekend. So if you wanted to donate to that, we did a really fun one shot last night in support of it. You should check that donation link out.
Heck yeah.
Sure enough.
Probably on her Twitter somewhere. I don't have it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Valid.
there.
And special reminder, y'all, next week is our birthday session.
My goodness.
So we've been doing this a whole heckin' year, which is so wild to me.
It's gonna be our birthday. We're gonna TPK.
Let's go on our birthday. Let's go.
So come on by. We're gonna have a bunch of giveaways to tabletop loot, as well as some other fantastic, sponsors below and affiliations that we are working with, which is great. So tune into that and hang on, y'all, because we're gonna do a raid to another fantastic community over there. Make sure to, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and drop a subscribe and comment about what you think about the episode, all that jazz. And go check out our Patreon because we're doing a lot of really cool shit and a lot of stuff's happening. But from all of us to you, thank you so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. Make sure to take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time Beyond the Veil. Bye, everybody.
Bye.